Hello and welcome back to another episode of Farm and Life at LaForge. So today we are going to be giving you our full review on the ProDig ProSlice. So you might have remembered us getting it back in, I believe it was beginning of December, end of November around then. And so Dad has been using it ever since, and so he's going to be giving you his full review on it, telling you what he thinks of it so far, and yeah, so show you it working as well. Also, before that, he's going to bring you around and show you the cattle. So we had a bit of a break in calving there the past, I think it was only for 2 weeks really, where it stopped, and it was slow before that, but it started back up again now. So Dad is going to show you around the cattle, the cows that have calved, and show you a bit of what's up in the shed. And yeah, so we'll show you that up first, then we'll do the ProDig ProSlice, and we will also show you in today's video the bale wrap baler. So just a way of compacting it. So we have 2 of them. We've showed one here before that has the winch on it, and we'll show you now the one that he uses with the tractor over on the second farm. So that's all on today's episode. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel. On Sunday we are going to be doing our very first live video, so I think we have said probably around 7 o'clock in the evening, so 7 o'clock at Irish and English time, so it'll be 8 o'clock for us. So we'll be doing our first live. Hopefully I can get it set up, because I don't actually know how to do a live, but we will be doing our lives, so you can come in then and chat to us, ask us any questions that you might have, and yeah, hopefully that all goes well. So that is on Sunday. I will link the social media accounts so you can stay up to date on when we actually do have it. So it should be around 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned for that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video.
So here we have 4 cows, they calved between yesterday and today. There's the little calf. We weren't to be calving till that lad was born this morning. I won't try to get him up, but he's okay. So we weren't supposed to be calving till this morning, or till around now, but we have about I think 18 or 20 calves earlier than expected. So they're all okay, going well. Have to tide them now, and it's going pretty well actually. Just we had one little mishap, I'll show you now in a minute, and yeah, they're all doing really well. So now there's a Shirley Cross Limousine cow. It's after calving. Good big cow. Needs to be bedded a bit. I like them as cows. They're great. They're always the first to go back in calf. And they're good mothers, and they always throw a great calf. Any limousine calf I find with a touch of Shirley in him, he's always gone out of the farm a bit before the pure limousine, but still the pure limousine are okay. Now there's another cow. Now all these have calved since Christmas. Some more Shirley cows. There's a calf out of a Shirley cow. Good calf. That cow there, I can't wait to get rid of her in this case. So there's a couple of old ladies here. There was I went with the bull last year for a while, and now we also have another new bull. there, we got him last week, young bull. He's not too bad. He's very quiet. And he's called Napoleon. Now I didn't name him that, that's his proper name. He's a bit too quiet in some cases for, he's only 15 months old. Another crossbred cow, a Charolais cow. We got him, now because all these cows are calving so much and we haven't scanned yet, we got him because to just get these back in calf a bit quicker. But we had a small problem with one of our bulls, and I'll show you now in a minute. But Vit says he should come okay. There's another nice calf. See, he's a very quiet bull. He's very big for his age. Now, here's our bull Macron. And you might see he's a bit swelled up underneath there. We thought he had a damaged, well, in the farming thing, it's a rod, but it's just more of an infection. So we have to keep him, he's lost a bit of condition now. We have to keep him away from the cows for a while, just to make sure he gets better. But he's eating and everything perfect. So we have him away now for about a week. But we scanned all the cows he was with. We got the bit to do it because we don't normally get the bit. But we just got the bit to make sure how long he was out of action, because I only spotted him there last week. And out of the 22 cows he was with, there was only one that he chanced about. So that was good. But like I said, he has lost an awful lot of condition of it. But now he was outside, either he got hurt or an infection or something. Now we're treating him every 3 days. So the vet said he should come okay, but there's no guarantee. So he was a big, huge, fleshy bull. But like I said, he's eating and all now, no bother, and lying down chewing his cud. So I hope he comes okay, because his calves from last year are very good. So, and his father is an excellent bull. Well, you wouldn't think he was son of him, but he's still only a young bull. He's just a little bit over 2. And we have 19 calves on the ground, and he has 21 cows in calf, so that's not too bad. So I have a few more things to show you. Now, for those of you watching the channel, there's the she hasn't got her hair back, but there's the cow, or the heifer, with her calf that had the cesarean. Well, there was a hole inside her. So she's okay. Keeping her away from the bulls, that's why she's there on her own. Putting her over to the other farm now today. But the calf did well. And she's gone over now this morning actually to the other farm, going in a shed where there's no bull. The vet says might be a bit chancy. But they're back there. So normally now we would be scanning around now, and any groups of cows then that are in calf will be putting the bull with these. But it just has happened a bit earlier, and with the other bull now out of action, we'll be scanning now in the next couple of weeks. So we couldn't wait, because these will be coming bulling fairly shortly. We're giving them a bit of feed and helps to bring them on a bit. So there's only between now and the end of March, there's just 42 cows left to calf. So not too bad. We have about 15 cows more than I planned, calf, than normal. So it's going okay. And the next day I'll talk to you the progress with the hunt and what happened to calf. So, okay. So I just gave you another bit here on our canopy. Give it a bit of paint there. There was a few lovely dry days. And there it is, full of maize, lovely and dry. And the heifers are all laying down there. So working really well. Had to cart out nothing this year. So it was a simple little job that makes life a little bit easier. Plus, it's grand when you're going by and you don't see good troughs or mangers or whatever you call them, all wet. Because I prefer cattle outside than inside. Now I know back in Ireland where I came from you couldn't because it's raining all the time. But no, rain's here too, but not for long. Like if we get 3 or 4 days rain, one of my tractors there that I use for feeding is usually destroyed. And now the last 10 days of that we have no rain, and I'm putting out muck. So our muck or yard manure, or over here it's called fumier. So we're at the muck. There it is. So we have all the stockpiles out the field is spread, and now all we're left with, we usually take a load or two every week out of different pens, just normally up around where they do eat, at the back of where they eat. One lad asked me there, lad I know, why we don't clean out the pens completely, and the reason for that is when you have the bulls are working in the shed, so I want to keep a kind of a nice soft margin for them, or whatever you call it, so to have it nice and spongy or not slippy for them. And you'll always see when you bed, if you cleaned out where you clean out and bedded, they wouldn't lie on it, they'd always lie where there was more manure up high. So we usually leave at the back here, we usually leave always about 6 or 7 inches. And but if I didn't keep on top of the manure, to be a lot of work in the spring. Some of the French farmers leave the gates real high and the manure builds up at least 2 foot, but now it's an awful lot of work. You need 5 or 6 lads with you then, and maybe 2 Manitous and 2 dung spreaders, and this way it's in and out and spread well. And like I said there on another video, the Chamber of Agriculture said the yard manure is at its best value when it's straight out from the cows. Now, Teagasc in Ireland would one time said to stockpile it, but then when you get rain, he's a quite old bull, yeah, to stockpile it, but then when you get rain you see it washing all the goodness away. So that was it. There's a cow coming in heat there now, and he seems to be in action. Okay, we're back to our ProSlice from ProDig. Have the full outfit. I don't know if this outfit comes with all the ProDigs, but Laura, Emily and me, we got the hats. We really look the part. They're very nice. We're chopping bales. You can see they're big bales. Chops them no bother at all. Slices it up well. Now any hiccups I had with it would have been me using it and getting used to working it. Now on the tractor it doesn't take much power, it's well designed, it just slices down through it, because most of the silage here is very dry. It's, it wouldn't be wet out short stuff. So it slices no bother, it chops it up, does all that real well. The only problem I do have that I planned, but we're working around it, it's a bit too heavy for the tractor. The first plan I had originally for this was to have it on the TL, because I go to the other farm a lot, and I always bring back a load of bales, but it's very heavy putting out bales wood. It's doing the business here for splitting the bales for the shed. Now over in this shed farm, different days, different jobs, but normally between 6 to 7 bales a day over here, so it saves a bit of hassle. So I'll just show you here now. There's a few little stringy bits there now, so you just have to get used to it. See that? Slices down, no bother. Now, so then I kind of roll it over. Now some of these bales, they were all transported already, so that's why there's a few cuts in them. So you just want to make sure this goes back like that. Now there's a thing that does happen, they just stick on it. A couple of times alright, but it was my fault. I might open it too much and I'd forget about the plastic, but that wouldn't be any fault of the machine. Very well made. As I said before, it's very heavy, you won't break it. For putting it into the ball melanger, we call them over here, or tub feeder, you can chop it directly in and hold on to the plastic, but I nearly sooner chop it on the ground a couple of times, and it saves me a lot more time because the wrap silage, especially if it's dry stuff, it takes longer to chop it up compared to pit silage. So I find that works way better. As I said, it's a little bit too heavy for the TL, but that's not a big problem. Maybe we'll get a bigger tractor in a couple of years. But no, it works really well and saves a good bit of time. Okay, one thing that does happen now and again is sometimes the plastic does be stuck on the forks. Now, when you do tip it up and have it high and you open to release the plastic, it might drop off. The odd time it sticks on it. Now that's the one thing that does happen. Maybe it happens all the different ones, but other than that now it works well and it chops the bale well. That's the main thing for the tub feeder, and that was it. So I'll put it working now and you can see it. that chops it up plenty enough now. The tub feelers will manage the rest. And if I threw a bale in, or sometimes I used to flutter it up with the grab myself, but you wouldn't do it right, and to still take a lot longer. So now I'm nearly down quarter of the time with the tub feeder. Now the next day we'll be showing you the tub feeder, mixing it up. But that's all. I might put in another tooth here. There's a place left for them there, and the only reason I'd be doing that is sometimes to pick up pieces of loose sillage. But there's actually no real need for it for chopping it. That's all, and yeah, we're happy enough so far, and if there's any hiccups along the way, we'll tell you. This is our other bale, plastic wrapper in the second farm. It has no electric winch like the one at home, but it does the same thing. It works off the tractor. So on that big frame now, I have the big concrete weight lifted up, and it's held in with the two bars. So now I'm going to come along and stick the two parts in here and just lift up the whole lot, and the bale will stay behind. And now Emily is phoning this or video on this off her phone, mightn't be as good. So you can just get the gist of it. And then we'll have, well, there's a bit there, but the last couple of days we haven't started filling it. So what they call it, you can get the gist, and that's about it. I think it's a good idea. It saves a lot of time, and in the spring all you have to do is pick up the bales and drop them back to your co-op.
For me, it's one of the best inventions.
What?
For me, it's one of your best inventions. It doesn't have plastic lying around the yard. I'd say about 80 wraps all in one bundle. Handy to store and handy to bring off to the co-op for recycling.
Well, you're talking, eh?
Now, just on the importance of the weight of the plastic, that there is 10 plastic wraps and it's full, but once he pushes back down the concrete weight, it'll go down to about there. So that holds about 80, about 8 times what you see there. So it can go from a heap of plastic thrown on the ground to one nice compact bale. Of plastic. Easy to store and out of the way, and not a big mess.
So that's that for this week's episode. Don't forget to stay tuned on Sunday for our very first live stream. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.